Hi guys, welcome back to my channel Lush Gardener. As you can see, this is my beautiful Echeveria Luella which has got clumped up. I will be separating this portion of the clump because it is starting to get a little bit congested, and you can see the larger one is kind of putting in a lot of weight on my Echeveria prolifica and they are not able to grow, but I will leave the larger one as it is. You can also see there is another Echeveria prolifica behind which looks absolutely gorgeous. So I thought I will be separating this. Now all of these are not crested, but they are just kind of clustered together and they all have these individual pups on them which I will be separating. Now, a lot of you might say it looks absolutely beautiful. Why do I want to separate it? I'm just being a little bit greedy and I want a little bit more of my Echeveria Luella. So I will first try to loosen the soil and take it out. I also have to be a little bit careful because I'm not very sure if there are going to be any mealybugs. But luckily there are no mealybugs. It's just a bunch of dry leaves. When you have clumps like this, mealybugs and other insects can easily house into it. Thankfully, nothing over here. It's absolutely clean. So I'm going to quickly clean off all the dry leaves and start separating them because each of these pups have individual stems which I'll have to disconnect and then put them into individual pots. So let me first clean up all of the dry leaves and get back to you. So guys, here we have cleaned up all the dry leaves. Luckily, there wasn't even one single mealybug, which is such a relief because ideally when there is a clump like this, it can easily get a lot of mealybugs. I know a lot of you people might get a little upset that I'm cutting such a beautiful clump, but I'm just being a little bit greedy. I want some more succulents. At the same time, I also wanted to check and separate them because when there is a clump like this, it is very easy for bugs, fungus, mold to grow because there is a restricted airflow inside the clump. But over here, as you can see, most of them have individual stems. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut each and every one of them, let them callus, let them air root, and then I can put them into individual pots. Now the reason why I'm doing this is because you can see most of these have got clustered. Now because of that, they have kind of pushed into each other. That's why you can see most of them look very flat. So I wanted to give them individual pots so that they can open up and start to grow, because Luella is a very beautiful succulent. And here I have the stem which I'm going to put it back into the soil. It will give me pups. Over here I have another stem and this is how I have cut it. So overall you will be able to see most of them look like they are kind of smashed against each other, and that is what I was not liking about that arrangement. I wanted them to become even more fuller and open, which will happen as and when they start to grow in individual pots. So I'm going to show you each and every one. Now, of course, all of them would require to be calloused for another 2 or 3 days, after which I will wait for them to get the air roots. Until then, they are going to be fine. You can see this one is already starting to crest. Echeveria Luella is known to crest. At the same time, they also tend to clump and cluster like you've seen in the video. So this one also you can see it is starting to crest. So I don't like crested succulents a lot. I know there are a lot of people who love crested succulents, but I'm not a very big fan of them. So I thought I will kind of separate it and start putting them into individual pots. In this way, I am going to have individual succulents growing and hopefully they will start to open up and start to grow. You can also see they are a little bit on the lighter color. I will start acclimating them to morning direct sunlight for 5 to 6 hours because they love morning direct sunlight. That's when they start to get a very beautiful color on them. They almost turn orange to reddish in color, which looks absolutely beautiful. So guys, that was all about it. I will be putting them into the individual pots probably after a week or so, because I don't think that the air rooting is going to happen so soon. It is going to take some time, and when that happens, I will put them into the soil. Until then, they are going to be kept in indirect bright light with a good amount of air circulation, and that's about it. So guys, I hope that you liked this video. If you did, please hit the like button, and if you're new to my channel, please consider subscribing to it. Until then, take care, stay safe and keep propagating.